Hello everyone, my name is Alex Ugwu, and in this video, I'm going to be debunking a lot of misconceptions about the Ọja, this instrument, this one. So stay tuned. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'll start this off with the one that just is just very cringy. The name of this instrument is not flute. The name of this instrument is not traditional flute. The name of this instrument is not Igbo flute, a Nigerian flute, African flute, or anything flute. The name of this instrument is Ọja. This instrument is called Ọja. What kind of instrument is it? It is a kind of Ọja. The name of this instrument in Nigeria is Ọja. In US, Ọja. In UK, Ọja. In France, in Italian, in wherever, this is called Ọja. In any language, it is called Ọja. The same way in any language, a piano is called piano. Piano is not even English language. Piano is Italian for soft. Piano is not English, but when you come to Nigeria, you call it piano. If you are speaking Igbo, you call it piano. If you are speaking French, Italian, English, German, you call it piano. Calling this a flute is the same thing as calling a cat a dog, just because they are domestic animals. A cat is a different animal from a dog. A cat is a cat. A cat is not a dog because we know dogs to be pets. A cat is just a cat. If you see a dog, it does not look like a cat. It does not behave like a cat. It is called a dog. Two different animals. The same way an Ọja cannot be called a flute. They are two different animals. The English name for Ọja is not even flute because it does not have any English name that is not Ọja. The French name for this is Ọja. This is not a flute. Okay, I think I've said this too long. But then why is it called a flute? This is something that I think is a hangover from colonialism. I think that is what it is. Because if, for example, if you see a child in the streets of Nigeria now, most people, even if you speak the indigenous languages, most people, when they see a child, maybe an Igbo child, their first instinct is not to speak Igbo to that child. Their first instinct is to ask that child, how are you? Where is your mom? How do you feel? An Igbo child. And they're not very wrong because not most of these children know how to speak the language. The question is why? Now, this is also the reason most things that we have are not pushed as things that are viable. We just take other people's things and then we try to go around it in a way or the other. So hence why everybody that plays this instrument knows that it is called Ọja. They know that it is called Ọja, but somehow subconsciously, they don't think the name Ọja holds any strength or any merit in the sense of the world, in the sense of promoting this instrument to the world. So they call it flute because that is what they think the world wants to hear, what the world is more familiar with. But this is not a flute. This is an Ọja. This is actually a type of Ọja. There are many types of Ọja based on their designs, the people that made them, the wood it is made from, what it is made for, and what it is made to sound like. So, for example, these are some examples of Ọja. These are some of the ways Ọja looks like, and the rest. So, please, I know this one got me a bit emotional. This is not called flute. This is an Ọja. Then another one like it is what someone that plays the Ọja is called. Someone that plays the Ọja is not called an Ọjaist. Someone that plays an Ọja is not called an Ọja player. It's not called a flutist. It's not called a flutist. Someone that plays the Ọja is not called a flute crooner or an Ọja crooner. That is not what they are called. Someone that plays the Ọja is called an Ogbu Ọja. It's called Ọja. Ọja. Now, if it is hard to pronounce, learn it. What it is called is what? What the person that plays this instrument is called is an Ọja. It's not called a flutist. It's not called a traditional flutist, a flute crooner, an Ọjaist. What the heck does Ọjaist mean? Like Ọja is an Igbo word. East is I think a suffix that is added to. It's just like saying that someone that plays the piano is an Obu piano, or someone that, like, think about it. So someone that plays this instrument is called an Ọja. It's called Ọja. Keep saying it until you learn it. Then another misconception about this instrument is that it has solfa. These things, bear in mind that these things I'm saying, I understand that most people don't understand that it is correct to look at this instrument the exact way it is. They think it needs fixing. They think it needs conforming. They think it needs to conform to any Western standards or the other. But the moment you start conforming, you start making this instrument conform to Western standard, that is when you started losing its appeal, losing why it is iconic. So this instrument does not have solfa. You can think of it in a solfa way. You can probably use it to imitate solfa in the same way you can use your voice to imitate solfa. Although it is wrong, but it implies solfa. For example, let me play something. This, you will not be so wrong if the way you listen to music is in terms of solfa, if the way you dictate pitch is in terms of solfa, is in terms of the equal temperament, the 12-tone equal temperament of the Western scale. If that is what you are hearing when I'm playing this thing, you are not entirely wrong. But this is not solfa. What I'm playing is not solfa. What I'm doing is I am talking. The same way, if I'm speaking the Igbo language, you might think that I am singing solfa. Like, I'm going to show you guys a video that I made some time ago. Let me just watch this video. In this video, the priest is actually not singing. The priest is talking. That is how the Igbo language is. That is how tonal the Igbo language, that is how melodic the Igbo language is. Let me just speak some things in Igbo. Ihe a unu na-ekwu maka mara mma. Mana inekwa anya ọfụma, ị ga-afụ na ta. Inekwa anya ọfụma, ta. If you hear somebody that enjoys speaking Igbo language and that knows how to speak the Igbo language, well, speak it. You would hear some tonal, you hear them move as if they are singing melodies. That is the exact thing Ọja is doing. Look at this note, for example. I'm still holding the same holes and I'm playing. I can still play. This is the same note. Mind you, this is the same note. So what is the scale of accuracy you are going to get with with saying that this particular note, like this particular note is a solfa, that it is me or it is fa? Let's go. This is not necessarily me, but you can want to think of it as me. That is the same way you can say that you can think of this as do, re, mi. But this same note can be do, re, mo. The same note. So this is not solfa, but you can try to adapt. You can try to play it in a way that it sounds as if you are using Western scale or whatever. So, but it's not created to be in that way. Then another thing is that it has keys. Ọja does not have keys. Like saying that this Ọja is in key this or key that. We've already established that. For example, this is the lowest note. But is it? This is the same note I'm holding. I'm just leaving this last hole open. I just played 3 notes from the end. So why would you say that something that has up to 3 tonics is in a particular key? It is not. It is not. Ọja does not have keys. Although Ọja can adapt to enter certain keys, the same way a human's voice can adapt to enter certain keys if it is within its range. The same way I can play, let's say we want to play La, So, Mi, Re, Do, Fa, and maybe something like key B flat. This same set of notes can still be Ti, La, Fa, Mi, Re, Fa, Ti, La, Fa, Mi, Re, Mi. It is the same thing I played. La, So, Mi, Re, Do, Fa, La, So, Mi, Re, Do, Mi. So what key is it in? Is it in A flat now or is it in B flat? And people don't know, but this is the same Ọja, or this is the same pitch of Ọja that I used to play this particular song. Now this song, you can say it's in key G, not necessarily, but you can say it's in key G because the do is key G. For those that have movable solfeggio, but the do is key G. So you can say it is in key G, you can say it is in E minor, whatever, but it is the same Ọja. So it does not have a key, but you can adapt it to certain keys if you want to adapt it to Western scale. This Ọja has little to nothing to do with keys. So these are a few. I said how many now? I said 4, I think. So these are 4 misconceptions about the Ọja that people have. These are 4 beliefs about the Ọja that I have debunked, and I hope that it will not plague you again. This is not called flute, traditional flute or whatever. It is called what? Ọja. Ọja. The person that plays the Ọja is not called an Ọjaist, a flutist, a local flutist, a flute crooner or whatever. It is called what? Ogbu Ọja. The person is called Ogbu Ọja. It does not have solfa. It is not created with solfa in mind, although you can adapt it into solfa if you so desire. Another thing is that it does not have keys, although you can adapt it to certain keys if you so desire. So these are the 4 things you can take away from this video. If you have more questions about the Ọja, write them in the comment section. I'll be debunking as much as I can. This instrument is the most iconic instrument of the Igbo people, and it should be properly represented. So that will be all for this video. I think this video is getting very long now. So I'm going to post this one. I'll be posting more videos about the Ọja. I'll be posting how to play it, how to hold it, the scale Ọja is in, the way the Ọja sound is produced, some nuances about the Ọja, some techniques about the Ọja. So all those things will be coming out in future videos. That is if it has not already come out again. So thanks for watching. Share the video if you like. like the video if you like, subscribe if you like. Just don't call this a flute again. Thank you.